What if I told you there were details you did not notice that would shock you in K-pop Demon Hunters? From these characters' real voices all the way to Jinho and Rumi's secret scene. This is going to be super fun to talk about. Like and subscribe right now if you are excited for this big reveal. You will look back on K-pop Demon Hunters when I show you guys what I'm talking about. I will start off with things you missed that are not super crazy, but as I go up on this list, they get crazier and crazier. Okay, so we're going to be starting strong here with something that was right in front of you. Remember that Idol Awards performance? Well, not the performance itself, but backstage. After Hundreds had given themselves the moral boost they needed and they were all running out with Bobby, in the tiny little corridor that Rumi paused for a few seconds, there were two posters in the background. One of the posters was a promotion for Twice's new song. Yeah, Twice, the real-life K-pop girl group. Don't just rush to check the movie again just yet. You can do that once we're done with this video, okay? And that wasn't the only time we saw Twice pop up in the movie. Let's take a few steps back to after the girls' first performance in the movie, and Bobby was telling them how magnificent they were. And to try prove it to them, he showed them the charts on his phone. Hundreds was number 1. Guess who was number 2? You guessed right, Twice. It was like a subtle way of combining reality and fiction, and I blushed when I saw it. I'm not even joking. Anyways, moving on. At number 2, we have another nod at Twice, because they sang a song in the movie. When I say nod, it's more like a flash on our faces that we didn't notice. Remember that revenge song that the girls were supposed to perform? I know, revenge song sounds too brutal. I didn't want to call it a diss song because then it would sound like they are at war. Well, technically the girls were, but anyways, remember the song Takedown? Well, I don't know about you, but the song sounded cringe and it made me want to have a seizure when they first sang it. But Twice gave us an upgrade. Yeah, after the movie ended and the credits started rolling, a different version of Takedown began playing. This one was kinda like rock or punk rock, and I know most of you didn't catch it because you don't watch the credits. Twice were the ones who sang that version, and I loved every bit of it. Up in third place is the Saja Boys physique. Yeah, you're confused as heck right now. What about the Saja Boys physique? Well, how do I say this softly? They were technically the same, except Abby. Okay, let me break it down for you. The Saja Boys have the same body build. That's slim, tall, and basically the same skin tone. Only Abby is a bit more muscular than the rest. If you think I'm lying, just take a look at them one more time. And this isn't a coincidence. It was down to mimic the standards of real-life K-pop groups. So basically, K-pop groups are made to move synchronized. If you were at a K-pop show and you watched them dance, all of them wearing the same clothes, it might be difficult for you to pick who is who. This is done to make their movements look uniform. So yeah, I guess I've given you something to look at when you're rewatching the movie. Anyways, on number 4, we have the inspiration for Hundreds. Being such a sensational girl group, you would think that they were inspired by another girl group, say like Blackpink, but they weren't. As a matter of fact, the ideals for the girls was gotten from ancient Korean shamans. The shamans were mostly women, and they had the ability to see and communicate with spirits. They were basically the bridge between the land of the living and the land of the dead. They would chase off evil spirits that were causing problems to villages or people. And sometimes they had weapons with them, but they mostly chased these spirits away by singing, dancing, and performing certain rituals. So yeah, you can see the similarity. I guess you could say that those ancient shamans were the OG demon hunters. Coming in number 5 is Derpy the tiger and Suzy the magpie. What if I told you that they are not demons? Tell all those voices in your head to shut up, because listen to me. Derpy and Suzy were Jinwoo's pets in the movie. But if you look close to their bodies, they are covered in protective symbols. If you're a big time K-drama fan, I'm sure you must have ran into the protective symbols one way or another. Families put them up to keep evil spirits away. Both of them were inspired by Jakodo, a genre of Korean folk painting that normally depicts a tiger and a magpie. These paintings were believed to be a talisman. The tiger would ward off misfortune and evil, while the magpie would bring good luck and prosperity. Anyways, that's all for Derpy and Suzy. At number 6, we have the meaning of the honeymoon. Wait, did you think the honeymoon was made up with no real meaning? Think again, my lovelies, okay? That word was actually a real word. It's actually a genius wordplay because the word hun in Korean means soul or spirit, while the word moon in Korean means door or gate. So when you put them together, you get honmoon. So it translates to soul door or spirit gate. That's so cool, isn't it? I mean, that's technically what the honmoon is. It is a spirit gate that keeps the demons on their own side, or a soul door, which keeps the souls of humans on their own side, which is the human world. I'm a bit of a nerd, so just saying this kind of makes me smile. Moving on to number 7, which is about the Saja boy's name. Yup, more hidden meanings. So, the word Saja means lion in Korean, and we can't doubt that the Saja boys are like lions. They're charismatic, handsome, fierce, powerful, which is such a cool name for a boy band if you think about it. But that isn't all Saja means in Korean. Saja is also a short form for Jeosong Saja. But what does that mean? Well, nothing too serious. Ha, just kidding. I'm actually quite serious. It's basically the Korean version of Grim Reaper, a messenger of hell, or the underworld. It was right in our faces. These soul suckers are actually so obvious. But I guess this is where scotoma comes in. Scotoma is a blind or blurry spot in the field of vision. And the Grim Reaper, meaning behind their name, is in the blind spot. In other words, the eyes see what they want to see. On number 8, we have their master, Giwima. And yeah, Giwima's name is scary, but wait till you find out what his name means. In Korean, the devil or Satan, mostly called Magui. I'm sure you can already see what the writers did. They basically just flipped the word around. His name literally tells us that he's the devil, the king of hell, the fire on the seat of the underworld. Sorry, I'm going all Game of Thrones right now. Anyways, my point is whoever said that the devil is in the details has no idea how right he or she was. The 9th Easter egg you missed is the director's voice. Yeah, the director, Maggie Kang, didn't just direct the movie, she also voiced minor characters in the movie. But we'll talk about the most obvious character she voiced, which is the air hostess demon at the beginning of the movie. I'm sure you can remember who she is. She was the one watering a flower with coffee when Rumi confronted her. She was so funny. So when I found out that she was the character who voiced the director, I was so impressed. Well, I guess she can put the voice actor under her resume as well. For the final Easter egg, we have Rumi and we have Jinhoo now. We have a song that connects two worlds. When Jinhoo bumped into Rumi when they first met, a song was playing in the background. The song was Love, maybe Melomance, and it was the main original soundtrack on the K-drama show Business Proposal. And the voice actor for Jinhoo was An Hyo-seop, was the male lead in that series. I really love how the filmmakers decided to do that. It was like they were honoring the actor's biggest show. Anyways, that's about it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe once again. I really enjoy doing K-pop Demon Hunter videos. Until then, see you guys in the next video. Peace out and take care. Check out my recent video. It's on the screen right now. Bye.